Hey guys, okay, we're working on this 2019 Wacker Neuson WL32. Going to be replacing the fan belt today. But if you're replacing the fan belt, you actually need to take off the AC condenser or AC compressor belt and the air pump belt. So this video will kind of cover that. I'm not actually going to be doing the work, but I'm going to go through all the different steps you need to do to make this job a lot easier, because if you know how to do it, it goes a lot more smoothly. So first thing you're going to want to do is take this like underbelly cover off. It just has 4 bolts. There it is sitting on the ground right there. It just lets you access the underside of this machine. Let's get some light here. So first thing you're going to have to, so my fan belt broke, but it's the furthest one back in the set. So the fan belt broke. So the first thing you're going to need to remove is the AC belt in order to replace the fan belt. So the AC belt rides on this pulley right here. And this has the 404F 22 engine in it, turbo. So you're going to loosen this compressor here. Basically, you just loosen this bolt and then loosen this bolt, and then that rod slides this way. And you got to loosen this hex, the 7mm hex, that bolt through there. That's what actually tightens it down. And then you're pushing the compressor up that way, and it'll loosen it so you can get the V-belt off the crank here. And then the next one you're going to need to remove is the air pump. So it's the air pump that runs the after treatment unit. It's this wheel right here. So the belt, show you. The belt rides on that pulley right there. It's the smaller of the 3 belts, thinner of the 3 belts. It's easy to remove, so you just you loosen this nut right here, which is the compression. It's holding everything together. And then there's a nut on the end of this rod. You're gonna have to loosen that, and then when you turn this rod out, it moves the pump out of the way. And they're also at the back. If you see right there, that nut has to be loosened. It's a 10mm, I think 10mm, yeah. So you just loosen that, and that's what allows it to swing, and that'll allow you to get the air pump belt off. And then, so yeah, this was the kind of difficult part, not difficult, but I had to actually crank the engine quick, just to see which direction the engine turns. So on this particular engine, it spins, so when you're looking at it like this, it's actually spinning clockwise. So when you crank the engine over, the engine is spinning this way, which means if it's spinning that way, the fan is actually reverse thread. So just because, you know, as it's torquing this way, you want the fan always to be tightening. So to loosen the fan and take the fan off, which you need to do in order to get the fan belt on, I just put a pipe wrench right there on that black spot, which is the pulley, and you won't damage anything because that's where the actual belt rides. So put a pipe wrench on there, and then a 36mm wrench on that nut right there, which is the one that's on the fan, you can see. And I just have the fan tucked out of the way because all you need to do is slip the belt over that, so you don't need to take it out or anything. And then you're gonna turn the fan to the right to loosen it. So it's reverse thread, just keep that in mind. And in the service manual, it doesn't even show this style of fan. In the service manual that I have for this engine, it shows a fan that uses 4 bolts to bolt on, but that's not the case with this one. So that's something you just got to keep in mind. And then once you get that off, you're obviously going to need to loosen your alternator. So the alternator, you loosen that bolt there, and then in behind, there's a pin as well that keeps it tight, keeps it from moving that way. And that's really all you need to do. So you put your belt back on. I'm not going to go into the exact tensions, because basically it's you just want to be able to slightly depress it with your thumb. You don't have to go super tight with these things because they are V-belts, so they have a lot of surface area. So they don't have to be crazy tight. And if you do put them tight, you're just wearing out bearings. So yeah, that's the process. Once you know these few items and things, it's actually quite easy to do. So if any of you guys are doing this and you got any questions or something you can't figure out, just leave them in the comments there and I'll try to answer them. Thanks for watching.